What up guys, Nightmare here. Today I'm bringing you another Division 2 build video. As you can see, I'm using the Backfire with the Memento. Also, we got two named items on this build. Everything is synergizing perfectly. Freaking DPS and critical hit damage is insane. Your survivability is just, it's wonderful. Like, I can run through all content with this build. As you can see, I'm on a legendary floor on the summit. Pretty crowded floor. We got a couple warhounds, multiple enemies. I'm hitting 200 stacks, and you can see like where my armor's at. So I'm definitely, surviving. This is amazing. It synergizes it great, guys. I'm gonna show you how to build into this exotic SMG to where you don't have to really worry about the bleed, but at the same time you don't have to give up a bunch of stats, to hazard and this and that you can still stack into good amount of damage, so you're coming into a fight with damage. You don't want to come into a fight with low, critical hit damage and have to be stacking up and suck at the beginning. You want to come in swinging, right? So we're coming in swinging. We're knocking shit out of the park. Just freaking amazing build. So we will get to that. There's definitely a few things I want to bring up first. I'm really excited about title update 11.1. They're thinking about dropping that October 20th. They said in State of the Game. Some major changes coming to the summit, guys. Like, oh man, I'm so happy they're doing this. They should have done this in the first place, but they're making it right and they're doing it. So excited where this game's going. I love this game. I really hope you guys are, pumped about what they're doing with it too. Please tell me down below how you feel. But they're gonna let us pick our own loot we want to farm for. On top of that, and this is for the summit only, okay? They're gonna let us pick our loot. Let us pick our difficulty. Let us pick whatever directives we want out of the 9 directives. And it's just, built for you. How you want to run through 1 through 100. The climb to the top is going to be amazing. Really also very good for people who haven't got the new exotic chest piece. You can put difficulty on normal and get it, very easily, and then do the quest. But thank you guys so much. If you did watch my last video, it did really great. I appreciate you guys so much. It's definitely going to be posted at the end of this video. If you didn't watch it, check it out. You're going to love it. It is a beast. It will stay in your loadout. Just like this one, guys. You're going to love it. Definitely going to be using it. Tell me how you feel about it. Tell me what you did with the Backfire, and if you built it a different way. I really would love to hear about that. But I really appreciate you guys. My subs are growing. Like, there's just so much I want to do with this channel, so many builds I want to put out. PC players, please tell me like what I can do for a giveaway for you, because I want to do this giveaway. I'm just learning how to do things on YouTube still. But if you get something out of my content, please subscribe and I'll get into the build. Alright guys, the specialization I've chosen for this build is Gunner. Couple reasons. Honestly, killing enemies grants 10% armor. We're running a good amount of armor on this build, so I'm getting about 150,000 armor per kill with only the 10% armor. So even if you're not spec'd into more armor on kill on your gear, this 10% with a high amount of armor on your build actually helps out a ton. You generate 10% of total ammo capacity every 60 seconds. This can help with some directives like Pistolero. You actually generate ammo during that if you didn't know. Easy extra XP to throw that on, every mission. The foam grenade's good. Spec into the right weapons, guys. And this is really all I gotta say. But yeah, it works really well with this build. I know you guys like to hear other options for specializations. I'm going to give you 2 really quick, that being Firewall. I'll go over a couple good things that would help with this build, being the striker shield will actually boost your damage according to the number of enemies in front of your shield. You'll have a little cone in front of your shield. It's up to 5 enemies. I don't know the exact buff amount of the damage. If you do know, please tell me down below in the comments. But it also comes with God Roll shield mods, being 8% shield health and 8% active regen, which is really good. The armor break talent that applies burn to enemies within 5 meters is still active in PvE content and can save your life. And also the armor kit is really good if you need to pop one. So that's why I would choose Firewall if I wasn't running what I am. And then Technician, you get a skill tier that's going to boost your shield up 700,000 HP if you're running a build exactly like mine. Also, it's going to help out your other skill, of course, boost it up to level 2. So the next thing being really helps out with Black Tusk is this 12% damage to drones, robotics, and skill proxies. And then the Artificer Hive, if you choose to run this with the shield, it's like it just keeps healing your shield, and it's just like almost invulnerable unless you're getting straight beamed by like White Tusk or something, And then you choose between 10% skill healing or skill damage. It's kind of like a, brand bonus talent or whatever. So pretty helpful. Those would be my other options. At the end of the day, like always, it's up to you. This build's a template, but I do obviously bring you guys the best that I know will clear all content in the game, especially now that we have the summit and, we can, there's more legendary stuff to defeat. Like, these builds have to get better and better. And, of course, us content creators, well, at least I hope all content creators are making their builds, to the best of their abilities. I know I am, and this build is a beast. As you've seen in the gameplay footage, it can defeat, every faction, every difficulty, you name it, it can do it. So this is my Backfire Memento build, I guess you can call it. This is the new exotic SMG in the game. Came out with Season 3 with TU11. Get the tier 45 in the Season Pass and you will acquire this weapon. The mods are 5% crit chance on the scope. The underbarrel gives you 10% stability. The muzzle is going to give you 5 critical hit damage and then 20 extra rounds on the magazine. Reloading sucks, it says. And it can be, but we found a way around that. So, the other attributes, magazine size, really not that great. I wish for damage to target out of cover, but they got to balance it. So it does come with this talent though called Payment in Kind, and so dealing damage to enemies adds a stack of 1% critical hit damage up to 200 stacks lasting 10 seconds. I wish it was 15 seconds, just gonna say that. On reload, apply a 10-second bleed to yourself, which deals 0.5 armor damage per stack. So I do want to go over that really quick. So 0.5 armor damage per stack. So it doesn't matter how much armor you have. Being 726,000 armor up to 2 million armor, no matter what, it's going to deal that much, damage per stack. So that is if you're not, stacked into hazard, protection, or another way like bonus armor to non-bleed. But obviously I found a way to really make this very mild, barely noticeable, and get up to 200 stacks and stay at 200 stacks and just melt the competition. So this is a pretty unique talent, but one thing is that it's on, per hit, so it doesn't matter if you crit on the enemy or not. it's every time you hit an enemy, you get a stack. So you do want your crit chance as high as possible, so you're, actually doing critical hit damage on the enemy. Trying to think of anything else I want to say about this gun before I move on. Really unique looking. I really like the look of it. It looks really good. Really unique talent, and you can actually really destroy content in this game with this gun if built correctly, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So really quick, secondary weapon, I chose to use an AR with Optimus on it. Optimus is guaranteed damage. I only have 46% critical hit chance with this weapon. That's why I went with Optimus. I do have damage to armor, and I like the health damage on it. It's going to add to something else in the build. But really, secondary weapon, use whatever you want. I chose, you could do another SMG, but I would go with something that you could shoot at a longer range with, just in case you need to hit someone farther away. My pistol, I'm running the tactical M1911 with finisher on it. Let's jump into the gear pieces, okay? So I'm running one piece Y'all with 10% hazard protection. This is a Dark Zone exclusive. This is the Hollow Man. This is the name mask for this this gear set, or brand set I should say. So I have armor on it. Then it comes with the special attribute for the named item is 10% health damage. This is additive, it's not multiplicative, but it helps so much. It's going to help with every enemy. Every enemy has health, but really the tanks, the dogs, the warhounds, you just shred with it. It really benefits you in those areas, and also after you deplete an enemy's armor, you get straight to their health, you rip right through it. So I wish I had higher headshot damage, but I don't, and I have a 9.8 bleed resistance mod on there. Let's jump into the next two pieces that are going to be Cheska. So the brand bonus on those are 10% critical hit chance and 10% hazard protection. So we really benefit from both of those bonuses. With the chest piece, I have weapon damage, hazard protection, critical hit damage, and a god rolled 10% bleed resistance mod. I have chosen to run Intimidate with this, so everyone knows Intimidate. While you have bonus armor, you're amplifying total weapon damage by 35% to enemies within 10 meters. Obviously, this is a SMG shield build. We're rushing. We're always pretty much going to be in that range. Really good talent to use, especially with Memento. You really can't go wrong. If you wanted more survivability, if you just maybe didn't feel comfortable and are, in Legendary, you could run Unbreakable, but you don't need to, as you've seen in my gameplay footage. Just another option for you guys. I always like to give you guys options. Our second piece of Cheska is a holster with armor, crit damage, and weapon handling. I definitely suggest to run one piece of weapon handling because you want to be hitting your shots. You don't want to be missing a bunch of shots, especially with the gun like the Backfire, because then you just reload more. So definitely weapon handling is really strong in this game now. It has been, for the last, couple updates. Definitely, if you haven't spec'd into it, definitely try it out. It's really worth it. So the knee pads, I went with Grupo Sombro with that 15% critical hit damage brand bonus. And then we have armor rolled on there. We got crit chance and crit damage. So definitely good to have. You don't want to come into a fight with low crit damage and have to work your way up, by getting high stacks. So I'd say like 100% critical hit damage is a good place to start, and then you start building your stacks. So don't come in with like 50% crit damage. It's just, you're not going to benefit from this gun like you should. And then I'm running the contractor gloves. This is the named Petrov gloves. It comes with 10% LMG damage. We're not benefiting from that, but it's okay. You could run an LMG if you wanted to. Definitely don't have to. The main reason is that that special attribute for the named item, that 8% damage to armor, which is actually multiplicative, and it just shreds right through armor, alright? On top of that, it synergizes with the Hollow Man, right? So we got damage to armor, we got damage to health. So like we're just shredding through everyone. So it's very, very good. This is all red glove right here. We got weapon damage and crit chance I rolled on there. And then let's jump into the Memento. I love this backpack so much. There's so many different builds you can make with this. I did just drop a build, Hunter's Fury with the Lady Death and the Memento. Really, really great build, guys. Definitely check that out if you haven't already. It's done very well. Thank you guys if you did watch it. If you didn't, it will be at the end of the video. You know, click on it. Definitely worth it. Very, very good build to run. Just wanted to get that out there. I did dive a little deep into the Memento in that video. I don't want to make this super long, but the Memento comes with 3 core attributes, so you'll end up with 8 core attributes when it's all said and done. It gives you 1 of each: weapon, armor, skill tier. I got a 9.6 bleed resistance mod on there, and then it comes with that kill confirm talent. So you can see I'm at a 3, 4, 1 for my core attributes. So that short term buff, you know, I'm gaining 15% weapon damage, I'm gaining 40% bonus armor, and 5% skill efficiency. 40% bonus armor though. We got 1.5 million armor, and we can pick up multiple trophies, and we got Intimidate. Like, you see where I'm going with this? Like, the survivability is insane, the damage is insane. And then it's got a long-term buff. Like, it doesn't end there. So the long-term buff, all right, you can get up to 30% weapon damage. So it takes 30 trophies. You know, you pick up 30 trophies, you get 30% weapon damage, 30% skill efficiency, and 3% armor regeneration. It says for 300 seconds, but like I said in my last video, it's not working as the developers intended. It lasts longer than 300 seconds pretty much all the time. Like I said, I've had it last for like an hour, and then you will, as you play with it more and more, you'll figure out ways that will make it last longer and what to do to like not lose the buff. And if you do, make sure to like switch on a different backpack and then put Memento back on. That way you can start regaining that buff. It is a little bugged, but it's bugged in a good way, if you know what I mean. So, the shield. I'm running the Crusader shield, of course. We do have 4 million health on it right now. When Memento is fully procced, we have like 5,225,000 health on it. I'm running a striker drone. Honestly, it's a distraction to enemies. It really helps, like in legendary missions. They tend to flock towards the drone, and then I can, do some serious damage on them and get my bonus armor up and just, wipe out the competition. If I don't run the striker drone, I will run the reviver hive. And obviously Memento is going to, boost whatever skill you do choose to use. So let's jump into the stats really quick. So I have 56.1 critical hit chance with the Backfire. I got 99.5 crit damage. So that being said, I can get up to 299.5 critical hit damage. And that's insane. And like, you'll get up there, like, it's not like a rare thing to hit 200 stacks. Like, you'll hit 200 stacks a lot, and you can stay at 200 stacks for a while as long as enemies keep coming, but you tend to clear out rooms pretty quick. 74% headshot damage, not too worried about that. 8% armor damage, 10% health damage. Here's a little bit of weapon handling, 53.5 all weapon damage bonus. It gets boosted up to 83.5 with the Memento. We have 30% submachine gun damage bonus, 30% AR bonus, also pistol bonus, and then 146,000 armor on kill. As you can see, we're pretty much at 1.5 million armor. I'm going to show you the armor regeneration here in a second, We got 39.7 hazard protection. That's going to help us all around with all hazard. Obviously it's not 100%, but you're not going to burn as long or be disoriented as long or whatever the hazard may be. It definitely helps. We are at 69.1 bleed resistance. This is a very good place to be at. So as you see it in the gameplay, I only bleed for 3 seconds and it barely does any damage. On top of that, when you have bonus armor, it does no damage. But if you do not have bonus armor, like it's only a 3-second bleed, and you're only, if I'm doing the math correctly in my head, you're like barely receiving 20% of the damage intended. So the only way you're gonna die from this is if like you're pretty much at like no armor and no bonus armor and getting hit by enemies and reload at, you know, a very high number of stacks, like 150 plus. So I do want to mention that. Yeah, and I'll show you the stats after Memento right now. Okay, same build, but check these stats out. You will notice a difference right here. 83.5 all weapon damage bonus, like I said, with Memento all the way procced. Your next thing you will notice is the armor regeneration, 43,991. That might not seem like a lot, but it really is. That's 3% armor regen on a 1.5 million armor build. You heal very fast from it. It's and it fights that bleed too if you are suffering from it. So it says 10% skill haste right here. It's glitched. As you can see over in the right corner, it says 70% skill haste. So we have 10% from the watch. It gives us 60% skill haste with the 30% skill efficiency. Okay. On top of that, look at the shield health now. So 5,255,000. A 14-second cooldown, and then the drone also has a lesser cooldown and a little bit more damage. So it's really, really cool what that does. You know, are a very strong build, and then with that buff it gets way stronger. So really awesome. Just wanted to show that. Let's end it off with some gameplay. So there you go. That is my Backfire Memento build. That's how I built it. I really recommend you guys to try it out. I really think you're gonna love it. I mean, the gameplay shows, you know, the capabilities of this build. It's awesome. Here we go. Heroic mission, all directives, and it's like nothing to it. Just melt the competition. But yeah, guys, once again, like, thank you so much for the support you have shown me. I really, really appreciate you guys, your time, your views, your feedback, you know, all that. Like, I just keep it coming. I'm very active on my channel. I'll definitely reply to you. Any suggestions, shoot them at me. You know, I'm open to anything. Yeah. But that's just, you know, how I wanted to end it. I just really, really appreciate all you guys. You know, I love this game. I'm going to keep this content coming. I got a really cool build in mind that I'm working on right now. So stay tuned. You know, if you liked it, drop a like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.